reportedly dating Joe Jonas. Now,
yeah, I mean, it's tough, and it's been tough, and
he's gaslighting her.
Definition of a boyfriend, maybe?
An ex-boyfriend.
Okay, an ex-boyfriend.
Some of them like to write really long emails. Oh, really?
It's got the worst birthday party ever. My boyfriend just decided not to show up.
Every man Taylor Swift dated left her with a song. Joe Jonas, 27-second phone call. Jake Gyllenhaal, ended it by text. Joe Alwyn, 6 years, then gone. The world called her the problem. Then Travis Kelce showed up with a handmade friendship bracelet, and changed everything. Act 1. The narrative they built for her. Before we talk about Travis, we have to talk about the story the world told about Taylor Swift for 15 years. Because it wasn't her story. It was theirs. It started almost the moment she got famous. Taylor Swift, the girl with the guitar, the girl who wore her heart on her sleeve, and apparently, on a notepad she'd hand to her record label the morning after a breakup. The media didn't just cover her relationships. They turned her relationships into her identity. Joe Jonas broke up with her in a 27-second phone call.
Look at that person. I'm not even going to be able to remember the boy who broke up with me over the phone in 25 seconds when I was 18.
Call. She was 18. She went on Ellen and cried, and the world laughed. Not at him. At her. She's too emotional. She's too young. She'll write a song about it. And she did. Because what else do you do when someone discards you like a post-it note? The pattern begins. Then came John Mayer, 15 years her senior, a man whose relationship with younger women had long been tabloid currency. He reportedly never confirmed anything, and when Taylor released Dear John, a song many took as a raw portrait of an older man's emotional manipulation, Mayer told Rolling Stone he never did anything to deserve that. The public's take? There she goes again. Writing songs about boys. Jake Gyllenhaal was next. He was 29. She was 20. He reportedly ended it over text. What emerged from the wreckage was All Too Well, now considered one of the greatest breakup songs ever written. But in 2012? The headline wasn't the art. The headline was, Taylor Swift has another ex she's eventually going to straight up cosplay Elizabeth Taylor. Harry Styles. Calvin Harris. Tom Hiddleston in the I Heart Suit TS t-shirt. With each relationship, a new album era. With each breakup, the world sharpened its knives a little more. The joke wrote itself, don't date Taylor Swift or she'll write a song about you. As if the problem were her pen, not their behavior. And then 6 quiet years with Joe Alwyn, a British actor who reportedly collaborated with her on Grammy-winning songs but who, according to multiple accounts, was threatened by the scale of her success. When that ended in early 2023, the internet's verdict was instant, she can't keep a man. She's the problem. For 15 years, every heartbreak was filed under Taylor Swift's dating history, not under men who failed to rise to the occasion. She was the experiment. They were the scientists. Act 2. July 2023, a man makes a friendship bracelet.
You made her a bracelet?
Yeah, I wanted to give Taylor Swift one with my number on it. All right?
Yeah. Her number's in 87 or your phone number?
You know which one.
EXT Arrowhead Stadium, Kansas City, July 2023. Nobody saw it coming. Least of all Travis Kelce. The Kansas City Chiefs star tight end, already one of the greatest to ever play his position, attended Taylor Swift's Eras Tour stop in Kansas City with a handmade friendship bracelet bearing his phone number, hoping to hand it to her backstage. He failed. She had a pre-show vocal ritual. He went home empty-handed. Any other man might have quietly let it go. Instead, Travis Kelce did something almost surreally wholesome. He went on his podcast and talked about it publicly. He was visibly bummed. He was openly smitten. He said, I threw the ball in her court. I had the most fun with you, fighting dragons with you. Baby, you were automatic and ultramatic. Taylor Swift. The contrast with what came before was immediately felt, even if the world didn't have the language for it yet. Here was a man who pursued her openly, without games, without a PR angle, without the calculated mystique that had defined some of her past relationships. He was just into her. Loudly, cheerfully, vulnerably into her. Taylor later clarified they had spent time getting to know each other before their public debut at Arrowhead, noting, "We would never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date." That detail alone was a seismic shift, two people choosing privacy together, rather than one person hiding the other, or staging something for optics. What changed immediately? Before Travis, the pattern. Age gaps favoring older men. Secretive or evasive partners. Breakups by text or silence. Partners threatened by her fame. Taylor left to process alone. Media framing, she's the problem. With Travis, the shift. Equals in career magnitude. Openly, proudly supportive. Vulnerable pursuit, no games. Celebrates her every win publicly. Integrated into her full life. World framing, they're a team. Act 3. The man who showed up. Int. Every stadium, every red carpet, every podcast, 2023 to 2026. Travis Kelce didn't just date Taylor Swift, he systematically dismantled every assumption the world had used to diminish her. When Travis proposed, with a ring described as uniquely suited to Taylor's aesthetic, the world responded with something it hadn't offered her before, uncomplicated joy. Not speculation about when she'd end it. Not a countdown to the breakup album. Just, they seem really happy. At the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards, accepting Pop Album of the Year for The Life of a Showgirl, Taylor addressed the crowd and credited the album's feeling of freedom and confidence to her fiancé sitting in the audience.
Someone like cheering and like from across the studio where we were shooting it, and that one person was my boyfriend Travis.
Some observers were quick to draw comparisons to similar acceptance speech praise she'd offered Calvin Harris in 2015, but those observers were missing something fundamental. This time, the relationship hadn't ended. This time, he showed up at her concerts, not once, in a calculated PR move, but repeatedly, visibly, genuinely delighted to be there. He cheered from the stands. He danced. He wore friendship bracelets. For a man whose entire professional identity is built on toughness and dominance, the optics were remarkable. Here was one of the most celebrated athletes in America, and he was openly, joyfully in his girlfriend's corner. She returned the gesture. Taylor became a fixture at Chiefs games, sitting beside his mother Donna, bonding with Brittany Mahomes, integrating herself into the fabric of his world just as naturally as he had entered hers. No power struggle. No one being swallowed by the other's universe. Two gigantic lives, choosing to make room. I'm trying to act like more of a man when I'm around her. Eating foods I haven't tried before. Travis Kelce, New Heights Podcast, May 2026. That quote, small, funny, offhand, contains a quiet revolution. Here is a man who, instead of feeling diminished by a more famous partner, feels enlarged by her. He credits her with making him more adventurous, more open. His brother Jason confirmed it. His sister-in-law Kylie confirmed it. Travis Kelce became better because of Taylor Swift, and he said so out loud, on a public platform, without embarrassment. No past boyfriend had ever done that. The others either stayed silent, deflected, or, in at least one case, publicly blamed her for perceived slight. Travis chose the opposite of all of it. Taylor Swift was never a cautionary tale about loving too much or too loudly. She was a woman in a series of relationships with men who were not ready for what she brought. Travis Kelce was ready. And in being ready, in showing up, staying, and saying so, he didn't just change how the world sees their relationship. He changed how the world sees her. Finally, correctly, as someone worthy of exactly the love she always wrote about.